Ready? Nice. You're so cheeky. Down. Pocket. And then underneath them, yeah, a treat. Good girl. Wait. Wait. Place. We will get started. Are we ready? Excuse me. Place. Down. Down. Good girl. That's better. You're so smart up there. So as you can see, Harper has got some bed raisers and she loves it. It's fair to say that she absolutely loves being on the higher bed.
Yeah, good. Wait.
3.
Hi Tia, well done at crafts, by the way.
Thank you.
And then they said hello, Harper.
Alright, so what we're going to do today is we're just having a little introduction because we have got some new people here. So my name's Tia Wardell, also known as the UK's youngest online dog trainer, and I'm going to teach a little trick today called Hug. And you can use this on your legs or your arms. So we thought we'd do this as a little trick for Mother's Day because we all need a hug, especially the mums out there, the dogs and the cats and the humans. So we're going to teach Hug on the leg or the arm. You're very cheeky. Down. Hopper. Down. Down. Whoa, okay. Calm down. She's very excited today because she has got her JR Pate treats. They are frozen, so they are extra yummy and extra crunchy. Please. Down. Good girl. So just before we start, can everyone hear us all right? Have we got some yeses in the room?
No.
Not yet. We'll just give it a sec. Harper, you're very cheeky. Down. 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 Down.
I guess no one
So
can
at
hear.
the end, we will show an end product of what the hug is supposed to look like with Wanda. She's very excited to show us. She'll be out at the end, Harper free. So what we're going to do to start with is we're going to teach our dog sit pretty. So what we need is we need some good treats. So Harper and I have got some pate and goat pate. So this is yummy, extra yummy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Harper to sit. That's not sit. Sit. And then I'm going to lure her up onto her, to sit on her back legs, but not stand. Good. So I'm luring her up. Yes. Yes. Good. A treat. So we're going to do that again. Here, sit. Sit pretty. Yes. Sit pretty. Yes. So I'm luring her up so she's sat nice and tall, but I'm not letting her stand like that. So she needs to be sat like that. Sitting nice and pretty like they're begging. Good girl. And then I'm going to... Oh, lost it. It's there. So I'm going to keep practicing that until she fully understands, and then I'm going to add a cue. So Harper's cue will be sit pretty, sit pretty. Good girl, sit pretty. Good. And to start with, it's absolutely fine if your dog leans on you. That's fine. It also is pouring me another way of hug as well, and it makes it a little bit easier. But if you want to teach sit pretty on its own, then we'll build out that sit pretty, so that hug on the arm. So I'm just building up, getting her to sit on her back legs Good. Like that. For bigger dogs, it might be a little bit harder to start with, so you might need to do it in the middle. So have a middle, sit, make sure it's nice and tight, but not too tight. I'm not asking for feet on. Sit, sit. You're going to sit for us? Have a sit. That's cheeky. Do you need to sit on the mat? Is that why? Sit. That's better. And then you lure your dog up. And obviously with bigger dogs, like Wonder, they'll be right up the body. So if we do get Wonder out at the end, I'll show you what I mean with the bigger dogs. So place. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a tool. So it could be a dog toy. It could be something long that basically represents your leg or your arm. Yeah, I know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get her to do the sit pretty, and then I'm going to put the prop towards her a bit, towards her feet, and see if she hugs it or puts her paw on it. So let's show you what I mean. Sit pretty. So we'll try again. I'll just wait. So it does take a little bit of time because your dog needs to know a longer sit pretty, or just be able to hold your dog. Yes, good girl. So it could be that your dog's leaning on on the prop. So sit pretty. Yes, good girl. So I'm asking her to do sit pretty on the prop. Sit pretty. So that's my hand. Sit pretty. So I'll wait. Really close. Sit. That's down. Sit. Sit pretty. So I'm going to use a little bit of lure. Sit pretty. Yes, good girl. So there, she didn't use my hand. She used the prop instead. So we'll show you again. Sit. Sit pretty. No, sit. So it can be a little bit frustrating, especially if your dog doesn't know the sit pretty cue yet, which is why we'll need to build up the sit pretty cue. That could take a week, that could take 2 weeks. So build that up first, and then add the prop. So sit pretty. Yes, good girl. So she put one paw on it, that's fine. Sit pretty. Yes, good girl. That's really good. So she's starting to get it now. Cheeky. Sit pretty. Yes. Good. So hopefully you saw that there. She put her paws on the top. That's absolutely fine because we're building it up. Sit pretty. Yes. Good. Sit. Sit pretty. Sit pretty. Yes. So it does take a bit of time, and obviously you need to let your dog have a little break. So I'm going to throw a treat away, just a little pressure release because that was quite hard for her. So that is why you need to build up the sit pretty. So then you can add the prop. So in this case, it's a torch. It just represents the leg or the arm down, which is why I'm using something long. So place. So basically what I'm doing is I'm getting her to sit pretty, and then I'm putting the prop sort of between her two legs, and then she's balancing on the, she's sort of using the torch, sort of using the torch to balance on, and that is how we build the hug. So then you'll just add your hug cue. So you can add your hug cue, so you might use hug, hugs, arm, wrap, whatever you want to use. So sit, sit pretty, hug, yes. And you'll slowly take away the sit pretty cue. No. Hug. 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 Yes, good girl. So then we can use our hands, our arm or our legs. So we're going to transition this into our arm. So you might end up having to use it this way. Yes, hug. Good. Hug. Good. So you can see right now Harper's only just putting her paw around the side of my arm. That's fine, and then we can aim for her to wrap her legs around. Obviously, it might be a little bit harder for shorter leg dogs. So yes, good. So hug, hug, hug. So I'm wiggling my arm around a little bit just to see if she'll wrap her arm around. Hug, yes, the whole way. So have we got any questions whilst I'm doing this, Indy? It is a little bit confusing, but once you've taught your dog sit pretty, it's super fun, super easy, and it is an outcome of the best trick. So if we just go back through the steps and then we'll get Wonder. So we're going to teach our dog sit pretty. Sit pretty by luring them up, and it's absolutely fine if your dog leans on your arm like that. For now, it's fine. Then we're going to add our sit pretty cue. Sit pretty. Good. Sit pretty. Good. Sit pretty. Good. And then we're going to add our prop. So we're going to put our dog in the sit pretty, and then we're going to put the prop between her legs and say hug. Wait, sit pretty. So wait, sit pretty. Yes, hug. When Harper wraps her paw around the prop, then I'm going to say hug and reward. Sit pretty. Hug. Good. Hug. Hug. Yes. And then I'm going to slowly take away the sit pretty cue and add just the hug. So hug. Yes. And then we change it to our arms. So we're going to ready over here. Hug. Good. Hug. Well done. You're so clever. So have we got any questions? We'll get Wonder to show the final result and what you would do when you have a bigger dog and you're teaching sit pretty. So Harper, we're just going to go in the living room.
We don't have any questions.
Harper, Wonder. Good girl. So here's Wonder. Wonder, come here. So to teach sit pretty for a bigger dog, you would get them into the middle position and you would lure them up. Yes, good girl. So they've got your body as a little bit of a balance. Hopper's getting a bit jealous. So just waiting. Yes, good girl. Luring her up. Yes. So she's using my body as a bit of a balance, especially because she's older. Bigger, and we don't want her to fall back and hurt herself, especially because she's a big dog, aren't you, compared to Harper? Yes, good girl. And then the end result of hug will look like this. Hug. Good. So she can do it from standing up or sit. Hug. Like that. And it's a really cute trick and really good, so you can give your mummies a hug. So it's a lovely